Hi, I'm Rob.
Hi, Rob. I'm Kate. Okay.
And this is KR Compares. You don't get to say it this time.
No. Can we try it again?
You want to go again?
Yeah.
Hi, Rob. I'm back.
I thought it was funny.
It was funny. We can keep it.
You think it was actually funny, or is it cringe?
I don't know. It's funny for us.
Okay.
Do we care what the audience thinks? Do you guys care? Are we going to go through with this, or are we going to reshoot this?
I don't care.
Oh, well, we've been
You know why?
Why?
Because we're drinking root beer today, and I just thought it's kind of like an old man kind of drinking.
Hold on. First off, I haven't drank root beer for
I love root beer, but I just think because it's been like a soda for so long, I wanted to do a dad joke.
That's fair. So we're keeping it.
Okay.
We were originally talking about it. So yes, we're doing root beer today. And in my mind, and also as far as old man drinks go, if we're being perfectly
it's a great
honest,
drink.
I was going to say cream soda.
Oh, I love cream soda.
There you go. But in my mind, as far as root beers go, there are three primary contenders. The three most argued about root beers, and that is Barq's, A&W, and Mug. And then we've included these
Those are
two.
like the most prolific.
I think so.
Yeah.
And then we have these two other brands, Boylan and Poppi.
Yes.
Which I thought that's when I read it, that second P was an O. So you guys can
Especially because it says prebiotic soda.
Yeah, it's a prebiotic soda. So we included these two extras. And
First off, because we found them in the grocery store.
We found them in the grocery store. We thought that this is convenient. This is easy. But we've also done episodes where we've compared major, particularly with, for example, our Twizzlers versus Red Vines episode, where we compared these are the two major ones. Let's throw in a third option to see if there is an upset. And you might be surprised at what the answer is. Or maybe you're not surprised. Maybe you've tried all of these and you know the answer for our Twizzlers. But if you haven't seen it, you can check that episode right up there in the corner on the right. On the right. But in the meantime...
I thought you were going to go like...
yeah. But for now, we're comparing 5 types of root beer. We don't drink a lot of soda at all.
We don't.
Almost never. So we've gone from having no soda
to having 5 different...
to having a lot of soda in our fridge. And actually, we were able to buy a single can of the Poppi.
You have to keep...
I know. We found them in all different... I was hoping to find a lot of them like this, or maybe perhaps single can or even mini packs of like the mini cans.
But we cannot find those.
No, they're all different. So we got all at the same store, all at a Kroger. We were able to get a single can of this. The 2-liter was the only mug we can get of this. The A&W we were able to get.
I think we actually got that out of Walgreens.
Oh, did we get this at Walgreens? Could be. Yeah, we got it at Walgreens. The Barq's, we actually got a 12-pack of cans. We actually have way more of this. And then a single glass bottle of this. Now, I realize that there probably is going to be a significant taste difference between glass, can, and bottle. And
True.
Unfortunately, there's not a hell of a lot I can do about that because this was the only one we can get without doing some kind of crazy special orders. Now, if we get a lot of hate, and it's absolutely okay to do that, we can do a proper one comparing, say, plastic to aluminum to glass. Because in my mind, glass, then aluminum, then plastic would be the flavor.
I agree.
Yeah. But, what do we know about root beer? When I used to be a Boy Scout, and I remember there was a root, I can't remember what it was, that grows in the Northeast. But you could pluck this off a plant and chew it, and it wasn't particularly nutritious, but it tasted just like root beer.
Like sarsaparilla?
It could have actually been sarsaparilla.
Or sassafras, probably, because so root beer is made from the bark of sassafras, but I have seen some where it's like from the vine of the sarsaparilla plant. I think they have similar flavor profiles.
Okay.
So back in the day, I mean,
what is back in the day?
Like at least the 1800s.
Okay, that is back in the day.
It could have been even more than that, but we have these actually in chronological order. So we have Boylan's, which is from the I think it's like 1891.
Oh, it's really that old?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow.
But so root beer and things of that nature were actually, well, maybe not necessarily root beer because that was like a carbonated beverage, but it had medicinal properties to it. So, for instance, like Boylan, this was created by like a pharmacist.
Oh, interesting.
So
wait, actual medicinal properties or perceived medicinal? We think it had medicinal properties. We used it to
Yes.
treat stuff.
Yeah. I
Okay.
mean, they also used to do that with ketchup and
That's true. Ketchup actually was...
opium. They used to like
Well-
soak tampons in opium, or that was a thing.
That seems like a really...
That's a weird thing to know off the top of my head, but
No,
I read
mean,
it
it's
somewhere.
relevant. One of those things you're like, man, I wish I could still kind of do that. I mean, just like Coca-Cola.
Well,
used
because
to...
it was supposed to like help with. Cramps.
I you know what? I
So-
get it, and I don't blame you.
But yeah, so this one, Boylan's from New Jersey.
Okay. Barq's?
Barq's.
Or do we? Or we'll touch up on
We'll
these.
touch up. I don't want
as
to
we
like
get
get
to
all
each
of it, but yeah. So these were. Sometimes people thought it was medicinal. I think that's also why some people either love or hate root beer. I feel like it's a bit of a divisive.
Really?
Yeah, I don't think everyone likes root beer. I think maybe
see-
they think it has like a medicinal taste to it.
Really? I love root beer.
I love it.
I don't drink soda much at all, but I do love ginger ale is good on a flight or when you're sick. Root beer is good all the time and absolutely with
For
ice cream.
floats.
Yes, root beer float is
Highly.
fantastic.
Oh, that's what we
But-
probably will have to do with any of these leftover.
We can take when we do our ice cream episode, which will come eventually. We haven't even gotten to the selection process
There's
for our
just
ice
so
cream
many
set.
ice creams.
There are. I imagine we'll do some kind of weird combo episode where we take like the top two or three ice creams with the top 2 or 3. That's a lot of root beer float. Now I think that's like
That's all, you're
getting kind of.
trying to cut. Okay.
I am. I'm in the middle of my cut, and this is not great. Yes. Anyway, what are we starting with? With these, we're gonna just go chronologically, like we
Yeah.
usually do.
Yeah, let's just
All right,
try to do.
So we're gonna
do
go
that.
chronologically from oldest to newest.
Yes.
Okay. So we'll start with Boylan and Barq's. I will say, I think my favorite is Barq's. Do you think you have a favorite? Do you have a hypothesis about this? Having never tried either of these.
I haven't tried those, and I haven't had. Actually, I haven't had these in a very long time.
I mean, I haven't had them in a long time either, but I think my favorite
I
is
was a
Barq's.
Barq's household, but from childhood memories, we either had this, maybe we had A&W, if it was around.
I know A&W's are a proper store as well, like a
Yeah, no, it's a restaurant.
yeah. That's that's what I mean. But
So like chain of restaurants that have like over 100. I have some fun facts about that too. So
let's get right to it. Boylan and Barq's. That's what.
what's
we're
that sound like, a law firm or
Boylan and Barq's.
Yeah, doesn't it, Esquire? I feel like they'd be like,
Boylan. I got nothing. I was trying to come up with like a catchy, not on the fly.
that's
Anyway,
fine.
tell me about Boylan. This is actually the oldest one, which is surprising because I've never heard of this. Cane
Yes.
sugar. It says established 1891.
Yeah, 1891, but that's actually not the oldest like company. I guess that like had root beer distributed. I think it was called like Heinz.
As in the ketchup.
No,
Okay.
Hines.
As opposed to HEIN. Oh,
Z.
Z.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's what I saw online, but I don't know if that's still in existence and if we could get it.
Okay.
But first and foremost, I love that it's still in a glass bottle, that it has a twist top, that's convenient.
Yeah, the twist top is actually just convenient. Doesn't say anything. I feel like it should say chairs, like some Boston lager kind of stuff.
Yeah, no, that would be nice.
Boylan. That feels like a Boston company.
So yeah, it's from New Jersey. I think their HQ and stuff is actually now in like New York. Their whole thing is again like simpler ingredients, harkening back to like how it used to be made. So it has like cane sugar in it. Describes its flavor as a sassafras.
Sassafras.
Say that 10 times fast.
No.
Flavor with cinnamon, birch. Oh, sweet birch and vanilla and like maybe a hint of wintergreen.
Okay. Carbonated water, cane sugar, natural and artificial flavors. Interesting. So it's nice and vague, so you can't actually tell
Yeah.
what this is. Okay, Boylan.
Yes, and then I do know for like a lot of root beer, it's either sarsaparilla or sassafras. So one of them has like a compound, like the actual like plant stuff that they found to be carcinogenic in like the 1960s. So some of the like artificial stuff could be because they pulled
Pulled some of the flavor out so
some
we
of the
don't
flavor
get
out so you don't die.
cancer from...
Yeah, but I can't remember if it's sarsaparilla or if it's sassafras.
So one of them is terrible for us. We're not sure which one which.
But yeah, regardless. So for some of
We'll
these,
find
they
out.
probably like in order to continue making these, they had to put an artificial.
I mean, that's fair. Okay, so here's our Boylan. I mean, you can smell the cane sugar a little bit.
Ooh.
Katie likes her cane sugar. At least as opposed to artificial sugar or something.
No, I love sugar.
Yeah, well, yes.
No, that has a very nice root beer, has a bright smell to it.
Yep. She's a sommelier of root beer. Somali beer, root. No, because you have to include root in there, root beer, because otherwise you're a beer sommelier. There we go.
Doesn't.
I still like heavy on the sugars.
This one didn't have much, the foam that's kind of quintessential for.
I mean,
root
it could
beers.
be. I poured it terribly. I used to be a bartender, but you wouldn't know. No, I think it's smoother and a little heavy. And I don't know if that's the cane sugar or what.
It definitely. I agree with you that it has a heavier mouthfeel. I can taste the mint. Like there's like
the
that
wintergreen?
brightness. Yes. Yeah.
It's not mint, but there's something there that lightens it up. That's just a hint of depth. That's what I like.
Could it be the?
No, I mean I think it's wintergreen.
You do?
I don't. It's not overly carbonated.
Maybe it doesn't need to be. Like if you have carbonated like.
What?
Because I was thinking like carbonated water. Sometimes it's kind of like if you have how water tastes different.
When it's
Depending
carbonated?
well,
No, that's
that
true.
and like, if it's cold, then it tastes like spiky, and if it's hot, you know what I mean?
Good old spiky water.
No, but you know what I'm trying to say.
I know exactly what you're saying.
It
Like if you were to
tastes
take carbonate, cold water hits
but
different.
It already feels spiky on the tongue because it has something going on there. But I agree. I think I would like it just a tad bit more if it had a little bit more carbonation.
A little more carbonation. Yeah. All right. So if you like spiky and non-carbonated root beer, this is actually not bad.
It's a nice flavor.
Okay. Tell me about Barq's.
Okay, so Barq's came around 1898. It is now owned by the Coca-Cola company.
Surprise, surprise.
Surprise, surprise. Yeah. So originally it's from the South. So they're
How south are we talking? Are we talking Texas? Or
not
are we
like
talking
deep south. So like there was the Barq's Brothers Bottling Company that was founded in New Orleans, but then one of the brothers or something moved over to Biloxi, Mississippi.
Okay.
So the founder is Edward Barq. So that's why.
Okay.
It's called that.
That's fair.
So the formulation is sarsaparilla based, or like an alternative now, because we don't know which one was one that was carcinogenic.
Sure.
Allegedly contains less sugar
Then what?
than maybe at the time. I don't
sorry.
know.
So I'm gonna go ahead and
How much is
one can contains 44 grams of sugar,
Ooh,
including 44 grams added sugars. So there's nothing natural about the sugars in here. Now, to be fair though, this is only slightly less at 43 grams of sugar. So I mean, this is just a pile of sugar.
It is.
This is not. I mean, it's in no way good for you. But God, is it delicious?
It tastes delicious.
I love the look of this, like that
It's
nice
so
silver
nice.
with the barrels, like the cask. It makes you feel like I'm drinking something like aged in the cask. Is it actually aged in the cask?
Not that I can tell, but I love that on the front of it, it has the slogan from like the beginning. It says, "It's good." That was the slogan.
That was the original. Oh,
yes. So the original was
"It's good."
Was drink Barq's. It's good. Then in the 70s, the
Barq's.
1970s.
Barq's has bite.
No, that was the 90s. So in the 70s they had Barq's got Sparks, which is kind of cute.
That's cute. It doesn't make any sense.
But
it's
then
cute.
so 95-ish is when they had the Barq's has bite.
Okay.
Which makes sense. And it does contain some caffeine, so not all root beer has caffeine, like naturally, but I guess Barq's does.
They just added caffeine?
Maybe just some of the ingredients or something. So it's not like, having a Coca-Cola or a coffee or anything. It's more in line with like maybe like a green tea.
Oh, okay, so barely anything.
So yeah, just like a little bit.
It doesn't even say it doesn't even list it on here.
Well, some of them like that we'll see. I think like Mugs or someone else. I think they have it say caffeine free, but I think not all of the products have caffeine.
Not a significant source of saturated fat, trans fat, cholesterol, fiber, vitamin D, calcium, iron, and potassium. Oh, potassium. What the heck is potassium? See, they had enough room here on the can to write out the word potassium, and they chose. I wonder if there's a guy at Barq's who's like, "Hey, make sure that people know there's not a lot of potassium in it." And the guy's like, "Can I have to spell that out or?" Nah, you can just write potass. Not a
think of way too hard about it.
Yeah. Okay. I'm on board.
That's it.
Please recycle. We will. There's a satisfying sound to that.
There is.
Now this is much more carbonated.
You can
get
hear
that
it.
with that bubbles. Probably should have done this side by side, but I mean you can see the carbonation far more. I mean, admittedly, this is a little bit. It's been sitting for a minute, but this one has more of a caramel color. Actually, this is just. I don't know. You can kind of. This one seems darker.
This one seems darker and more red.
Yeah, and this is just kind of caramelly and lighter see-through.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So does Barq's have bite?
Well, we're gonna find out. I'm rooting for you, Barq's, but you know I've had upsets before.
That smells sweeter than that one.
Well, 1 gram sweeter. Give it a sip. Here we go. I like the carbonation. I think the carbonation does make a difference for
it does
for root beer.
I think it has a nice kind of vanilla undertone as well.
Yeah, that's vanilla. None of the wintergreen though.
Yeah, I like the wintergreen in that one. I don't get that in this, so I don't know if it had that as a flavoring.
Well, I think the wintergreen does actually take out some of the bite of it, or it could be the lack of the carbonation adds bite. I don't know.
Did we really just drink like twice as much as the other one?
I mean, we're going to start to fill up on this really fast. This is going to be a lot of liquid. We're supposed to go to the gym, and we're going to have to wait an hour checking the time. So,
no, I mean, it's a nice, it tastes like a root beer.
Yeah, but it's really refreshing for a soda. Like, I find soda can only be...
Did you switch that? Now I'm confused.
No.
Okay.
You can see. No, I think soda can only be so refreshing. It's not water. Water is refreshing, but, you know, for a soda, this is refreshing. I mean, Barq's. I'm sorry, Boylan.
I like it. I still like Boylan.
I do like it.
I think if you were to do like a bracket, I mean, we only have 4.
5.
5? Sorry, 5. I can't count. Yeah, I think Barq's would go to the next round.
We'll keep that aside.
But we'll have this as maybe an honorable mention.
Well, we'll see, because if the others are so good that this is no longer honorable. All right, Barq's, congratulations. You are moving on in the bracket that doesn't exist. And next up, we have Mug and A&W. So this is where tensions run high, and viewership will be gained and lost as we make decisions. All of our 32 viewers. I think we got a 33rd viewer.
We did.
Thank you, number 33. I'm sorry I don't know your name. We'll call you.
You leave a comment down below, and then we'll know.
It's true.
So now it's the battle of the bottles, because they're both.
There, I was thinking something like that, but you beat me to it. Okay, A&W and Mug. So this is where it's going to get contentious.
Is it?
I don't know. Maybe. Tell us what you think below. Go ahead. Tell us about these respective root beers.
Okay. So for A&W, it clearly says on the bottle that it's been around since 1919.
Okay.
It is also like a chain of
restaurants.
Well, yeah, like I guess technically like fast food, like hamburgers and American fare.
Okay. Caffeine free.
Yeah, see that one's caffeine free. The Barq's had a little bit of caffeine. This one also says no caffeine.
Now there's an important distinction that people don't realize, and I used to Sling Coffee for a couple of years to get myself through college. And decaf is not caffeine free. Caffeine free means zero caffeine. It probably never contained caffeine. Decaf means that it has caffeine and we removed as much of it as we reasonably could. And that's a big distinction. If you have something that's decaf, it still contains caffeine. So I guess the more you know. I can't do the little thing because that's probably like
Reading Rainbow, isn't it?
Is it Reading Rainbow? I'm just thinking of like the little star thing. Is that Reading Rainbow? The more you know, little rainbow.
I don't actually.
No.
Whatever.
Anyway, 1910.
Oh, 1919.
That was close.
1919, Mug's 1940. The chain of restaurants called A&W came around 1922.
Wait, so this came up before?
Yes.
Interesting.
So A&W is actually the last names of the founders. So I forget the dude's first. Roy Allen. He had this.
He had two first names?
No.
Allen?
I guess.
A-L-A-N or A-L-L-E-N?
A-L-L-E-N.
Okay.
I think.
All right.
Like Tim Allen, right? Is that how he...
I guess that is how he spells it.
Anyway, so there was that, and Frank Wright. They came together and decided
he was cousins with the Wright brothers. You knew I was going to make that joke.
Who cares? So anyway, they had this thing. They originally... So A&W root beer originally sold for 5 cents.
The price has gone up a little bit, huh?
Well, if you were to do, like, inflation and stuff like that, like, the figure I found online, based on, like, 2022 prices, would have still been less than $1. I think it would have been,
inflation
like
is really...
It would have been 84 cents.
So it should be 84 cents 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Guys.
No, I'm just saying, like, equating, like...
For accounting for inflation, it would be approximately... So we've still... Wait, how much did you say it was? 84 cents.
Okay, so when it first came out, 5 cents.
5 cents, which is equivalent to 84 cents in 2022.
Yes.
Okay, this is not 84 cents.
No.
Okay, so I suppose it depends on how much it... Anyway, the amounts.
Whatever. So the headquarters of the A&W restaurants, where I guess they actually make these, like, fresh, you know, for those restaurants too, like, you know, on site, it takes like 45 minutes or something.
To make one?
To make it there, like, on tap and stuff.
What are they, like, actually, like, grinding up sarsaparilla or whatever?
I have no clue. I'm
curious what that means, like,
because, you know what, I've actually never gone to an A&W.
Do they have any? I've never been to a place that had one.
I think when we were traveling cross country, we probably came across one. We just didn't stop.
Which one? East to west or north to south?
Probably east to west.
That makes more sense, yeah.
So anyway.
Although I will say, if you've ever had a Coke proper with, like, a cherry Coke with the cherries in it that they make, that is ridiculous. Anyway, carry on.
That was in Minnesota.
That was in Minnesota.
It was delicious.
Yes.
So they have a headquarters in Lexington, Kentucky.
Okay.
What's really interesting is, so for, you know how we were talking about, I forget which episode, where, like, something was, like, so terrible and we were like, how are these CEOs and, like, corporate people,
Pop-Tarts?
Maybe it was that, how are they allowing these things to be on the shelves without trying it themselves? So A&W, folks that are, like, pretty much any associate, could be a president, it could be, like, a customer service person who's actually in corporate. Once a quarter, they have to work out one of the restaurants. But that's for anyone who's based in, like, the HQ city. I thought that was actually really interesting.
So, like, C-suite has to be...
I guess any associate.
Just work a shift?
I guess so.
I guess it's something. You know what?
I mean, it
something.
just shows something, like, that you're still connected.
Yeah, so that you can actually see... As long as they're not working out the same store every time and, like, all right, cool, the C-suite guys are coming in this week, like...
Yeah, I don't know.
You know, put on your best behavior kind of thing. But, okay.
Hey,
oh my god, this is so much sugar.
Is it even more than Barq?
Well, so this is 20 ounces, so that's the tricky thing. Those are 12 ounces. Okay. So 20 ounces, so it's similar, 72 grams. One bottle of this, if you drink the whole thing, is 144% of your daily intake of sugar. Oh. That is a day and a half of sugar. This is why we don't
have a lot of soda.
And already 100% of your sugar intake, if you were to consume, it's still a load, way more sugar than a human should have in a normal day. Unless you're doing something like bodybuilding, you're actually putting in like 10,000 calories a day, which would kill an average person. This is, carbs, 73, my god. Okay.
Okay, my last fun fact before we try it. They have a mascot that's called the Great Root Bear. The Great Root Bear.
Root Bear.
root beer. His name is Rudy. That's it.
Great root Rudy the Great Root Bear.
Yeah.
Rudy, like
came out
R-U-D-Y?
No, like R-O-O-T-Y, because
that makes more sense, but okay.
Anyway, I just thought that was really cute.
That is cute. Well, you might. God, I'm about to find him out. This one's really carbonated.
Yeah.
That is great. I like the carbonation. This one also has
this
more.
This one would probably be really, really good for a float if it has that much.
No, it's true. Also, it does have that more caramel color that we saw with our Boylan as well. Interesting. I'm gonna have to find this mascot so we can talk about it.
Yeah, he's super cute. He's been around since the 70s.
You saw a picture of him?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Okay, Rudy. Do they have him at like the various restaurants?
I don't know. Again, I've never been to one of those.
You can smell the sugar on that one. I smell the sugar more than I think anything else in that one.
Yeah. Because the other, like, I feel like the Boylan, I smelled more of like the wintergreen and maybe the vanilla, and then for the Barqs, I smelled more of the vanilla and sugar.
Right. But that's just a lot of the sugar. Oh, she's going for the sip. Here we go. Oh, crap.
I'm not.
That's actually good. You don't like it as much?
No, it's sugar water. Cue Men in Black.
Sugar water. That was
Vincent D'Onofrio.
It was Vincent D'Onofrio. Okay, so we're gonna take this.
No, it's mostly for me the A&W is just sugar.
Mm-hmm.
Not getting.
I can't tell this apart.
I'm not getting really any other flavor. Like if I were to do a blind taste test, I don't know if I would say, yeah, that's a root beer.
No, you're right. It doesn't. So the A&W doesn't actually have a lot of depth to it, but it does have a lot of carbonation, which matters more than I thought it.
I like the carbonation, but you know what I think it's missing? I don't get any like vanilla or like warmth that you usually have with a root beer.
Well, I mean, so if we compare these a little bit in the ingredients, so A&W's first ingredients: water, high fructose corn syrup, caramel color, sodium benzoate. This guy, we've got carbonated water, high fructose corn syrup, caramel color. God, man, the high fructose corn syrup. I get that it's easy to mass produce, but it's just not the same. You know.
No, that's why I like the Boylan's that has cane sugar.
Yeah, the cane sugar does make a significant difference. I think the Boylan's could have won it out if they had a bit of vanilla.
Could the cane sugar also impact the carbonation?
It's a good question. I don't know. Okay.
Do you have any scientists out there? Can someone tell me?
Yes. Actually, 2 of our followers are scientists, as it turns out. One of them specifically, I think, works in food science. I think.
Please tell us.
Yeah. You're now obligated to do that. I pointed you out. Kristen. Anyway. Okay. I'm holding the wrong thing.
Yes, you are.
Yes, I am. A&W. There we go. Okay.
I don't know. It's kind of...
It's not bad, but...
It's kind of forgettable.
I'm going to have to... I think what I'll do is when we get towards the final thing, we'll pour these back out. At least this and the Barqs to compare a little more side by side so we don't have that recency effect.
Okay.
Just to make sure. But...
No, I just think it's a little too... It's very sugary, but the flavor is just light.
Yes.
Okay, so for Mug, like I said, 1940.
I love the Bulldog.
Yeah, do you know what his name is? It's not actually original.
Mug?
His name is Dog.
Oh.
Yeah, so
Dog?
he's a bulldog named Dog.
Oh, was he an actual dog?
I don't know.
Oh, that would at least mean something. Like, oh, hey, no, I named it after my dog, Dog. And, like, my son had it, and whatever.
Yeah, no, so I thought he was going to have a really fun name. He did not.
That's lame.
So, 1940, the original company was called Belfast Root Beer. So it's called Mug because you would have a mug of root beer.
That seems like the proper way to drink a root beer.
Yeah.
This is also quite a bit darker.
It is.
So it's more like the Barqs.
Yeah. And it is now owned by PepsiCo. So that's PepsiCo. A&W is like Dr. Keurig Dr. Pepper. Like it falls under that.
Oh, Dr. Pepper's not under Pepsi or Coke?
I don't believe so.
Okay.
So yeah, so we have Mug, which is PepsiCo. It's supposedly known for having a vanilla flavor in it.
High fructose corn syrup is the second ingredient. Caramel color is third. So this is all the same.
Yeah.
Although, okay, keep going.
No, I mean that's about it. I wish that they could break down, what flavorings actually put in it, and don't just say natural and artificial flavors, because it's really hard to. There is a nuance between them.
No, and that is important, I think. And 12 flavor notes. So the sugars here are going to be similar. Calories are similar across the board here. Yeah, but no, you're right. There is something to be said for, like, not just arbitrary. Like, I like Barq's. I don't know why I like Barq's. I like Barq's, whatever, right?
Yeah.
But if it's like, I like that they included the vanilla in it, or with Boylan, I like that there's actually wintergreen to give it a little bit more.
But I mean, that's also kind of similar to, like, if you like Coca-Cola or if you like Pepsi, because overall, I mean, they're both cola products, but Coca-Cola has more of a vanilla caramelly flavor, and then Pepsi has the citric acid, which is why it has more of that, like.
And you're
pop.
a Pepsi fan.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would like to really know where they're trying to go with this flavor. Not that it's just a root beer. There is nuance. There's layers. There's depth there that I really want to enjoy. So with the mug, oh, that one smells different than the others.
Yeah, I agree. I don't know what that is though.
Is it just more of a root beer sarsaparilla forward? There is also that company that they usually go.
Maybe.
They generally go from like events and like Comic-Con and stuff, and they have like, you buy like the big mug of root beer, you put like the little straps on it like you do like you go to like a concert, and you can get like free root beer fills while you're at the event or whatever.
That's cool.
But this is a thing, and God, they've gotten more popular. They actually have like a root beer truck.
Are you talking about
what is it?
the one that we had in Oregon, not your father's root beer?
Could be something like
Is
that.
it that? That
something.
one was really good.
Yeah.
Which we couldn't find in the store, but
Yeah, maybe it's not vanilla. What is this? I don't know, but we're going for it.
It's not peppery, but it's like sharper. Brighter?
I mean, that is root beer. But that's even more sugar water to me.
Yeah. It's lighter than... Well, no, I think A&W feels lighter than this.
Yes, I agree. This is definitely a heavier feel.
It's still a light taste.
Yeah.
Because it's mostly sugar.
The sugar's very forward on that.
Mm-hmm. But do you think it's because, well, the three major ones, they all use high fructose corn syrup.
Right.
So that's more concentrated, which would mean...
What?
I feel like that just goes to the forefront.
It does, but
Plus it's a main ingredient.
But you could actually taste a bit of the vanilla with the Barq's.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there was some depth, there's some complexity there. And maybe there's something to be said for that. Maybe, I mean, in modern times, when are we replacing cane sugar or whatever with high fructose corn syrup, which we should stop doing, and I know it's more expensive, but a soda should be a treat, not something you consume daily. But it's worth it to spend that little bit extra money to have something with some depth to it. Honestly, we need to be drinking more water anyway, just people in general. So again, don't drink this every day. Don't drink a soda every day. So if it costs a little bit more, it's worth it, I think, for the better ingredients, for the better flavor. Because right now we're only shorting ourselves by using high fructose corn syrup, or by in this case, like, removing like good vanilla flavors.
Yeah,
or
the fact that it says that it's like supposedly has like vanilla in it, I don't taste the vanilla. I think the only one that seemed like a distinct flavor is probably the Barq's.
Now, compared to the A&W, though,
I think I like Mug better than the A&W.
Give this a pellet, Holmes. No, I mean, it has more depth to it.
Mm-hmm.
Mug's is just sugar water. I'm sorry, Mug.
Mm-hmm. So you like A&W more than Mug?
I do. Do you? It's okay to disagree.
No, I think I like...
You like Mug better?
I think I do.
Really?
Maybe...
Why?
I don't know. Maybe because it feels a little bit more substantial than, like...
This does feel
very light.
This is extremely light. It feels light. It tastes light.
This, I feel like I could... It's not... words. It feels more, like, syrupy.
It does.
But
you're right.
But like in a pleasant way, not in a like clawing.
No, that's fair.
If I'm going to have a soda, which I have few and far between.
Oh.
I kind of want something that I'm not going to forget that I actually just drank.
Fair.
So.
Yeah, I mean, this definitely lingers more.
Yeah.
Okay. A&W.
But I like the foam on the A&W.
Yeah.
Plus, I would really like to try it, like, in the restaurant.
I mean, a lot of... Yes. Well, I mean, and this is one of the few that you actually could try in a restaurant where maybe...
And it could be different.
Yeah. Oh, God. I'm getting carbonated. There's going to be, hopefully not a lot of that. Okay. And we have one interesting coming up.
Yes.
With the Poppi. Poppi. In just a moment. This is a lot of soda. I think in the end we consume probably more than 20 ounces each, but...
Oh, that's a lot. Don't...
What is that?
No, just you saying that.
Saying that
it
out
has
loud.
nothing to do with what I'm reading.
So, Poppi is weird. Because it's a prebiotic soda. As opposed to probiotic soda? The hell is the difference? Do you know?
I didn't want to go down that deep, probably rabbit hole, but like I feel like probiotics are more like what you find in yogurt because those are like active cultures.
Yeah,
so that's not what they have here. They have this. This is a soda that's made with like apple cider vinegar is infused in it, and then there's also this inulin prebiotic, which is something that they derive from the agave plant. So it's something that's supposed to be good for your gut as well as a natural sweetener.
Interesting.
And I think it also has fruit juice.
Contains 3% juice. This is interesting.
Yeah.
So, one can, 12 fluid ounces, same as everything else except obviously, well, the mug serving was 12 ounces. The only one that was really different was this at 20 ounces. But at 12 ounces, calories on this, 25.
Wow.
25 calories, which is...
That's bonkers.
bonkers.
Well, it is for a soda.
Be gut happy, be gut healthy, it says. But for a soda, 25 ounces, and the sugars, 5 grams.
Wow.
For a root beer. Prebiotic root beer. Contains ingredients sparkling water. Interesting choice of words, not carbonated water.
Is there a slight difference in like classification?
Is there? Okay. Organic cane sugar. Okay, so we're on Boylan levels of organic ingredients. Apple juice. Fruit juice color, organic apple cider vinegar, organic agave inulin, natural flavors, stevia, natural tart. Again, if you're going to make something this color, don't make the print white. Really hard to read, or I'm just getting older. Natural tartaric acid concentrate. Oh, the apple juice is concentrate.
Okay, I mean that kind of makes sense.
Facts. No one wants a basic drink, so make every hour happy with this bubbly, better for you prebiotic soda that keeps your gut happy and gives your bod a boost. Classic flavors that are downright delicious. These bubbles with benefits will be your new BF. These bubbles with benefits? Bubbles with benefits? That feels like a weird... Whatever. What do we know about Poppi?
Okay, so this is a fairly new brand. It came out in 2020. They're based in Texas. Okay. They were actually on Shark Tank. So they, I guess, maybe won or whatever. They got some investment from that. Okay. They had on their website a lot of about like the celebrities or whatever that are, I think they may be like TikTok famous or popular on TikTok, and there's like people like Hailey Bieber and other people that are drinking it.
That's Hailey Bieber.
Married to Justin Bieber.
Oh, so that's her claim to fame? I don't know anything about these people.
She used to be Haley Baldwin. She's one of the Baldwins.
Oh, she's one of the Baldwins?
Yeah.
Oh, there's a lot of Baldwins.
Yeah.
I know Adam. Not personally. I would like to know Adam personally because he's my favorite Baldwin. Okay. But he was on Firefly. That's why he's my favorite. Okay. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Is this a cookie on the front? This looks like a cookie on the front, like this label. Is that a cookie?
Is it?
I don't know.
Is it supposed to be like a leaf or something?
No. It looks more like a cookie than a leaf.
I didn't look too much into it.
Okay, so celebrities like the soda, and it was on Shark Tank.
That's all I know.
Oh, okay. Maybe I'll include a link in the comments to that Shark Tank episode or something. Or maybe I won't. Whatever. So this is all we know about it. We really don't. Supposedly it's... I mean, looking at this nutrition facts, this is far
better.
Superior. Like, by like 4 times. Like, these contain 4 times the amount of calories. Sugar is even more, 5
Well,
times.
and it makes me feel better that they're trying to use some natural sweeteners such as agave, stevia.
The other thing, it feels
like
really
that.
carbonated before I even open this, just because of how, like, the can itself is very little give. Okay.
Plus, I like the, it's almost like matte, but it's...
Yeah.
Something about the feel of the can is
Can you smell
pleasing. Not that far
Oh,
away.
that smells like pepper.
Pepper?
Yeah. So I'm pouring this different than I pour the others because I'm being lazy and I didn't think about it.
Yeah.
Go ahead and smell that.
Well, it's... I could see what you're trying to say with the peppery.
It smells like black pepper to me.
Well, no, but then once the
bubbles
dissipate, it smells different.
Oh wow, that does smell
Yeah.
super different. That doesn't
Smell like a root beer to me.
I don't know what that's supposed to smell like, but it doesn't smell like root beer. Are you getting apple cider vinegar or anything in that?
No, I mean, I've had apple cider vinegar drinks, but maybe more the juice smell
Maybe.
of some sort.
Alright, this is weird. This is so far away from all the rest of it. This could very well... Who knows? Maybe this will sweet.
That's not a root beer.
It doesn't smell like a root beer. Did you taste it?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, you did? Oh, you tasted it?
Sorry. No, I did. That's not a root beer.
Jesus, what is that? That is not... What is that?
I don't think it's...
No, I do. What is that? It's like take a root beer, mix half of it with water, equal parts water root beer, and then let it sit out for like a day.
I'm not even getting any of the...
I'm not getting bubbles. It's like chemically.
Well, yeah.
Well, no, but I mean, why would it be so much sparkling water, cane sugar, like apple juice? Like, wow, that is really surprising. I was kind of excited.
You know, I would still try some of the other flavors just to see if it's a one-off because root beer does have a distinct flavor. Like, the thing is, they didn't even say anything about, like, I don't know. Like, any kind of, like, is there any flavorings?
Natural and artificial.
Okay, that's not helpful. I want to know, like, does it have, like, a fake sassafras or something like...
It's not very carbonated.
No,
I thought it would be carbonated because of how it felt.
Because it was, like, so much carbonation up front, and then it just instantly gets flat.
Yeah.
How does that happen?
Right.
I don't know what that... I don't even know what that flavor is supposed to be.
It doesn't...
Because I'm not even getting the apple cider vinegar, because I've had, like... What is that brand? They have, like, these apple cider vinegar drinks, and they're... Oh, whatever. I can't remember it, but... I don't... That's not a soda.
It is not a soda.
I know it's not really... It's trying to be a healthier soda, which is fine.
You know what? I can appreciate you trying something different. This won something on Shark Tank?
I think so.
Did they drink it before they offered it?
I don't watch Shark Tank, so I don't know.
Downright delicious. Well, I don't want to be a bearer of bad news, Poppi.
It's not for us. We could always try another of their flavors and see if it's a consistent thing, or it could be like...
how Katie tries to soften the blow.
Well, because someone must like it. I mean, they're in business.
For how long? He says this is a new one, right? What year are we in?
4 years.
What year is it? 2024?
Yeah.
Excuse me. Yeah, I mean, we'll see if they're in business 5 more years from now. But there's a reason these ones have existed for hundreds of years.
But it's like, it pretty much just not have any of the distinct flavors or attributes.
It doesn't taste like a root beer.
Exactly. That's what I was trying to get at. Like,
there's nothing.
Don't call yourself a root beer if you don't have any of the flavorings.
Like, it doesn't taste like root beer. It doesn't have wintergreen. It doesn't have vanilla. I don't even know what else.
What would you have classified this flavor?
It's not a cream. I don't think I've tasted anything like this before. I mean, which is interesting. There's a chemical there. There's something that hits your tongue immediately and then lingers.
Yeah, I don't.
There's probably a second flavor there that is meant to be root beer, but that gets washed over with the fact that it's like It hits your tongue second, and then it's gone before the first flavor dissipates at all. I can still taste it.
Yeah.
Wow, that is... I was actually really excited.
It's a
For the
very
potential.
interesting concept.
But this is dog water.
This would also not be good for...
Don't feed it to your dogs. That's not what I mean. Just in case people thought that's what I meant.
This would not be good if you're trying to do a root beer float, because the carbonation is pretty much gone as well.
Oh boy. All right. I thought I heard something. We'll be back in just a moment with our final thoughts. Okay. Final thoughts. We've laid out our drinks with the respective bottles behind them, so you can compare colors at a glance for what we've got. Okay.
That was such a heavy sigh.
Yeah, I feel very confident in saying the Poppi is, by a landslide, the worst. To quote Katie between takes, because she likes to be polite, vile. Now maybe this is your
Here's
thing.
the thing. It's vile if you're going to say it is a root beer.
This is not
because it's
a root
not
beer.
a root beer.
I'm not sure it's a soda.
What actually classifies a soda? Is it because you have to have like a syrup? Like what?
Good
That
question.
should have
And
been
the answer
something.
to that is scrolling across the screen.
Because it has fruit juice in it, and then it has apple cider vinegar, and like I understand the wanting to have something a healthier alternative, so that it's like guilt free. But I also think that you should be consuming things without guilt anyway, because it's better to have things in moderation.
It's true.
That's just my
It
2
is
cents.
Carbonated, sugared, flavored beverage. Do you know water's not a beverage?
What is it? What is it?
It's water.
Okay.
Like water cannot be a beverage is any drink other than water.
Oh.
Right? Fun fact. So, okay. This is terrible. Maybe you like it.
Again, we don't want to yuck your yum.
I will yuck your yum. That's yuck.
That for
Yum.
me,
Yuck.
it's a no for me, dog.
Nope. Now, I feel... Now, the Boylan
Yes,
is interesting because it might come between one of these for me.
I agree. Because I really like the flavor of it. I loved the like winter green kind of cutting through
Depth.
some of it.
It has some of the most
I wish it had
depth.
a little bit more carbonation, but I am wondering, because it has some kind of similar properties as the Poppi, where it's like very flat on top.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and even the Barq's to some extent, but
Well, interesting.
I'm wondering if the cane sugar somehow
Makes it
does
flat
something
because they do
with-
both have cane sugar.
Yes.
The big difference is this doesn't contain fruit juice concentrate or apple cider vinegar.
Yeah.
But it does contain a lot more sugar.
Mm-hmm.
So, but you're right. The cane sugar might actually affect this. So for me, Barq's is actually number one. I think.
Yeah, agreed. So
I think I like the depth of the Barq, so we'll rotate these.
Okay.
So now we have to go with our rankings, which we don't always get to rank because sometimes they're very similar, but these three start to get really similar. So this is a little bit more than final thoughts. This is also final tasting. So I'm just going to sip a few. Feel free to whatever.
Between those two again? Because we already know.
Between whatever you want.
I agree with this.
Oh, you like those the
Rankings
first
so
two?
Yeah.
Okay, so then yeah, I guess between these two. There's your mug.
Okay.
And your A&W. I know my choice. You choose mug.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, to compare that to these, to make sure that this is where it's supposed to be.
Let me have a little sip of water.
Actually.
Which is not a beverage.
Water, yeah. Okay. No, I mean, it's clear to me.
This is such a good flavor.
These get a little close for me.
Agreed.
But, unlike Katie, this is the first time we're going to disagree. No, not true, because we disagreed on Pop-Tarts episode, but which is the best Pop-Tart.
That's true.
So, I actually like, and again, it's a slight difference.
Infinitesimal.
Yeah. I do slightly prefer the A&W to the mug. Now again, if we got these in glass bottles, if you got this from the restaurant, if you got them in aluminum, maybe there's something to be said for that. Maybe they're a little bit
It's
different.
possible.
That name.
Boylan
is fantastic, I think, and does set itself apart distinctly enough. Not even like it's a little close to these. It's not. These two are better. I think Barq's and Boylan are actually fairly close.
Yeah,
They're just different. Boylan has the wintergreen, Barq's has the vanilla, and I think I prefer the vanilla and the carbonation. I think the carbonation does make a big difference. But
plus Barq's I feel is more, it's more accessible. Like,
you think so?
Yeah, I just mean like you always can see Barq somewhere in like a store. I don't know if it's always the case with Boylan.
I don't know. I feel like well, that's true. Yeah, Boylan's. That's true. Boylan's is this. I'd never heard of it, and which is crazy. Because it is the oldest root beer we have available, at least of our selection.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Now there are a lot of other root beers. I know I've tried one in the past called Not Your Father's, which is also
very good.
Very good, as I remember. But I think I've met plenty of folks who get really adamant about their root beer, and I don't necessarily get it. If you've done a taste test like this, which is the reason why we do it is to compare, because sometimes you're surprised. I was surprised at how terrible this was.
Oh.
But sometimes you're surprised. And until you've done that, you really can't say. You do actually have to challenge yourself, and you don't have to necessarily do a blind taste test. Try to overcome your own biases as much as possible. Know that you have them potentially, but it's soda. It's not so serious that you need to do double-blind studies and all this. And have a reason for why you like it. We're a mug household. Why? Well, that's what we grew up on. There's got to be more to it than that. And that's fine. Like, if you like mug, that's fine. I'm curious why. Go ahead and leave us a comment.
Well, and it could be, I mean, nostalgia plays a big part in...
It's true. No, it absolutely is true.
Everything. I mean, we were upfront about, yes, we grew up with Barq, but...
But I think there's... I mean, rightfully so in some cases. Like, maybe if you try... I don't know. You're right. We grew up with it.
But
I mean,
at the same time, I also said that...
Too.
Well, exactly. It's like whatever was on sale, essentially.
Honestly, yeah. So...
I know. I was pleasantly surprised by Boylan.
Yeah.
But I think this would actually have taken number one for me if it just had a tiny bit more carbonation. That's, like, I really, really love that.
Not even tiny. I would say more than a tiny bit. Like, a good bit more carbonation, I think, would make it better.
Well, because then it would make me think, like, yes, I'm having a soda instead of a syrup drink.
Right, exactly. Okay, interesting.
I really like the flavor of this.
Yeah, I mean, but it could be that if we find a Barq's in a glass container and compare it to Boylan, then maybe there is actually a difference there. Is this glass actually helping with the flavor? I mean, because if you don't know, a lot of these aluminum cans are actually coated on the inside. So uncoated for two reasons. One, some fruits, like pineapple juice, for example, actually eats through metal and aluminum. So they have to coat the inside. Also, the aluminum flavor will actually seep through and into the drink itself pretty significantly. So most aluminum cans are actually coated. Okay, I'm happy with this ranking. This can be swapped around for the two of us. But
okay.
Top two, Barq's, Boylan.
Yeah, I really like this.
Yeah. That's a lot of soda. And we still have to... Oh, God, we have so much mug available. This, I don't care if we're wasting. The Barq's is... Oh, actually, we have 11 more cans of Barq's. So I guess we got a lot of Barq's, too.
Yes, but they're in cans. They'll keep.
They'll keep. This is...
Those will be for,
Oh, God, I can't drink
in the
this much
future.
soda. If anybody wants to swing by our place, you guys can have some. So, you can donate it to somebody having a Super Bowl party right now. Anyway, as always, you can check us out at rjpfilms.com/KR And they can find us on Instagram where?
Same place. KR Compares.
No, that was a website I gave.
Fine. At KR Compares.
There you go. Nice and easy. Let us know what you think of root beers. Tell me I'm wrong about Barq's. That's fine.
Just, tell us your perspective. Or if there's one that we have not tried that you would like us to try, we will track it down. A
root beer part 2. We will track it down, or you can send it to us. We're welcome to that. P.O. Box, don't have one yet. I'm Rob.
And I'm Katie.
And I don't have anything clever to say, so thanks for watching.
Take care.